Minnesota has been in search of a spark. They may have found it in a highlight reel play that propelled them to a win the last time out. With contributions coming from everywhere in the lineup, the hope is the Wild can now count on more consistent efforts. Minnesota knows it has the horsepower. It's just a question of getting it up to speed in time. They'll get a good indication tonight as they try to chase down the team sitting where they want to be, inside the top 8 in the West. It's the Wild and the Flames next. At the Saddledome in Calgary, the Wild and the Flames square off in a very important game for Minnesota, looking for their 4th win in 6 starts behind Devan Dubnyk. He's 3-1-1 since taking over the reins for the Wild.
Well, he's familiar with the Calgary Flames, naturally, having played for the Edmonton Oilers, and he's played well for the Wild. Look at his record. He's stabilized the guy between the pipes for the Minnesota Wild. Jonas Hiller, brought in as a free agent, has played most of the games here, but Ramos played very well as well. Hiller is the guy they're nodding to here to try and knock the Wild off.
And we're underway in Calgary. First of 3 meetings between these former Northwest Division rivals this year. Pominville plays it around behind. Zucker in on the forecheck for Minnesota. Tomiko Koivu fires and it's wide. Spurgeon holds his own for Minnesota. Pominville in the corner. In behind Zucker. Centers. Koivu is uncovered in the slot. But the pass off the mark and comes all the way down.
Wild will have to be quick with their releases against the Flames. Flames, one of the premier teams in terms of blocking shots. And it's tough enough to score on goaltenders in this league. It's even tougher when you have guys in front of them that are blocking everything.
Granlund grabs a loose puck to Parise. A shot saved by Hiller. Good chance for Minnesota. They've had a good look from each of their top 2 lines on the first shift.
Well, Granlund, who had a very strong game the other night in Edmonton, makes a good play right here. He helps create a turnover, makes a drop pass, and Hiller handled it pretty easily, but still the Wild getting in the zone with a little bit of pressure. That's exactly what they need early on in this hockey game to get some momentum going for themselves.
Jonas Brodin back for Minnesota, gives to Suter. His pass behind Parise out to the line. Granlund takes it away, and here's a chance for Minnesota with Vanek. Parise trying to work his way toward the net. Vanek's pass hit a skate. Granlund pinned up against the far boards. David Jones has him tied up on the play. Lance Puma also there for Calgary. Parise out to the point for Suter. Suter to the middle, a shot saved by Hiller. Loose puck, Vanek on the backhand. Has it deflected into the corner. Backlund picks it up for Calgary. Comes to center ice. Tied up there by Brodin and Vanek. Granlund across to Ryan Suter. Suter plays ahead for Matt Cook. He deflects into the Calgary zone. Flames are right back the other way with Mason Raymond. His shot deflects off of Brodin's stick and picked up there by Matt Dumba. Cook plays to the line for Minnesota, not out of the zone. Raymond has it, played it across for Colborne, and he fired it just wide. Joris holds his own, his shot goes wide. Raymond has it there, a centering pass, got through, saved by Dubnyk. And Brodin into the corner for Minnesota. Tied up there by Colborne. Cook trying to dig it loose for Minnesota. Raymond goes down, got the puck to the point. That shot was blocked. Fontaine has it for the Wild. And sends it down into Flames territory. Weidman to Russell. Flames led by 2 very strong defensive pairings. This is one of the 2. Giordano and Brody the others. Dumba has his man tied up along the end boards. Byron joins the fight for Calgary. Now Niederreiter with it for the Wild. He could not control. It comes out to the point. A shot saved by Dubnyk through traffic. Niederreiter down in the corner. Centering pass intercepted by Prosser, who plays ahead for Ryan Carter. Carter comes to center and flips it in. Niederreiter in on the forecheck for Minnesota. Carter also there. Charlie Coyle pokes the puck alive. It bounces out front. Suter was there, but it hopped right by him. And the Flames gain control.
Good job there by Niederreiter. F3. That's one thing Mike Yeo mentioned that Niederreiter had to be conscious of in the offensive zone. If your defenseman pinches, you got to be up there to cover for him.
Kugler with it here for Calgary. Out to the point for Brody. Settles it down, goes to Giordano. Giordano centers, and it was tipped just wide by Gaudreau. Gaudreau here has it knocked away by Niederreiter down into Calgary territory. Wild change, all 5 skaters, as P.J. Brodie sets it up behind his net. Brodie, the ice time leader for Calgary this year. 25 minutes, 6 seconds per night. 5 seconds more than his defensive partner, Mark Giordano. Our Toyota key stat shows you the balance Mike Yeo was able to achieve with his lines in terms of time on ice. And yes, even though they're a 4th line, they weren't playing 4th line minutes the other night against Edmonton.
And if you look at their minutes over the last few games where they have been deemed that 4th line, Niederreiter, Coyle especially, their minutes haven't really dropped that much. Maybe by a minute or 2 here or there. But that's more situational than anything. As you're rolling your lines, that 4th line may not get out there on a frequent basis like they would if they were playing in different circumstances. So Mike Yeo able to roll those lines given the depth that the Wild are showing.
Spurgeon in for Minnesota. Zucker on the forecheck for the Wild. Koivu plays to the corner. Zucker tips in behind for Pominville. He overskated a loose puck, and the Flames have it. Puma at center ice, tied up from behind by Koivu. Backlund now has it at center for Calgary. Taps it across where Jones fires it in. Scandella to Koivu, taps across to Zucker. Pominville comes through neutral ice, gives to Zucker. Zucker up the wing, fires that hit the side of the net. Flames start back through center. Josh Juris, rookie centerman, drops it back to the high slot for Raymond. Raymond walks in, didn't get much on the shot. Colborne has it. Colborne wheels and fires. That was blocked, and Zucker flips one out to neutral.
You're going to see a lot of defensemen jumping in on the play from the Calgary Flames. They activate their D all the time.
Especially this pair. Giordano and Brodie have combined for 71 points on the year, 19 goals and 52 assists.
Well, their coach Bob Hartley said today, you can't be surprised if you sometimes even see them on a 2-on-1 as 2 defensemen. They're very offensive-minded.
Matt Stajan in for Calgary, cut off by Granlund, tied up by Brodin. Brodin tries to get it to Granlund and does. He gives to Suter, who leads it out the other way. Parise to Vanek at center. Vanek had his stick lifted, but Parise's there to cover up. Parise tried to get it back to Granlund. That hit escape, and the Flames gain control. Granlund delivers a hit on Giordano. Matt Dumba with it for Minnesota, just recalled from Iowa. And in the lineup for Minnesota here tonight, Parise works his way to the high slot, spins away from a check, still with the puck, gives to Brodziak, he fires, and that's wide. Into the corner, Brodziak hit by Byron. Bowling at center, dumps it in for the Flames. Dubnyk will leave it behind the net for Nate Prosser. Prosser and Dumba, the 3rd defensive pair for Minnesota. Christian Folin, the healthy scratch on the blue line for Minnesota here tonight. Prosser takes a long look, then gives to Brodziak. Brodziak dumps it in for the Wild. Matt Cook in on the forecheck. Hiller just got rid of it before Cook could converge on the loose puck. Pudler for the Flames at center. Spurgeon had his man tied up, and then Fontaine plays to the point. It was held there. Loose along the wall. Monahan plays to the corner. Monahan fires, saved by Dubnyk, and he hangs on. A couple of good looks for Calgary's top line in a scoreless first period.
No score early on between the Flames and the Wild, and Charlie Coyle's goal a couple nights ago was all the buzz, the top play on all the big sports outlets, including being the one on Fox Sports Live. And Charlie talked about it. It was ironic because the day before on Monday at practice, he actually had a sequence where he did a similar play from behind the goal line. Didn't score on that one, and he said it was important during the game watching the goaltender for the tell. Victor Foss was very aggressive, specifically on the shot by Mikael Granlund in the slot. He knew that goaltender would be challenging. He knew there'd be room on the backside. When he went to the back end, he had made up his mind. He was going to try to get that puck back over the goal line and tuck it in. Didn't realize it went in until he had spun around and saw the red light. And guys, we always see it in baseball when players are on the bench in the dugout trying to track the pitcher to get the tell. Well, now you've got hockey players doing the same thing, and a young player like Charlie Coyle finding a tell and then executing it crunch time. Pretty impressive.
It was interesting, Kevin, when I asked him about the play. He said as soon as he got the puck, He knew that's the move he was going to use. And it's always interesting to talk to forwards as they're on breakaways or penalty shots or shootout attempts when they decide which move they want to use.
Sometimes it's an adjustment off of what they originally thought. Sometimes they're able to stick with it. And given the pressure that was coming down on him from the line change, Charlie Coyle made the right call, got a little deep, but still was able to use the curvature of his stick to poke it into the net. Beautiful goal.
Scandella to Spurgeon. And ahead for Ryan Carter. Carter slides it across for Coyle. In with speed. Coyle on the backhand again. This time flips it to the forehand, but Hiller stops him. Similar entry by Charlie Coyle on that play. Stajan taps to Brody.
What's he doing shooting on that side of the goal line? He needs to have his feet behind there, doesn't he?
Mike Yo's response was interesting when he said, I watched him and I thought, what's he doing? He's going behind the net. What are you doing? What are you doing? Oh, good play. Ryan Carter carries ahead for Minnesota. Reaches center and flips it into the Calgary zone. Hiller will leave it behind the net for TJ Brody. Brody at plus 25 this year. Hammers one out through neutral ice. Dumba to pick it up for Minnesota. Ahead to Pominville. Pominville saw Zucker waiting near the blue line. Could not get the puck across. He was tied up by Giordano. Nate Prosser works his way ahead for Minnesota. Zucker relays it in for the Wild. Koivu has it along the boards. Flips to Pominville in the corner, and now Zucker in behind. Zucker centers. Koivu didn't get all of it. Pominville! And then Zucker just missed on a chance to direct a fluttering puck by Jonas Hiller. Pudler into the circle. A shot saved by Dubnyk. Dubnyk's had to make a couple of tricky stops early for Minnesota.
And Hiller's made a couple as well recently here on the pressure. Beautiful play by Zucker. Just a quick backhander. Koivu doesn't get it all, but they continue to pound around that net. Could not get it to go. As Hiller just scrambles and scrambles to knock pucks out of the air.
Loose puck out front. Buma slides it wide of the net. Cook taps to Brodziak, who carries to center. Brodziak into the Calgary zone. As his shot deflects to the corner. Cook tried to center. On the second try, it's gloved and held by Hiller. The Coors Light Stadium Series outdoor game is coming to the State of Hockey next year. The Wild will host the Blackhawks at TCF Bank Stadium in February 2016. Your best shot at tickets to the outdoor game is to purchase Wild season tickets for next year. Call 651-222-WILD or visit wild.com for more details. Vanek fires from high in the slot. Hiller kicks that aside. Brodin trying to get it down the corner. Vanek tips. Parise scores! What a feed from Vanek to Parise, and the Wild on the board first.
Zach Parise continues his pace, putting big points up on the board for the Wild and really leading by example. Wild pressure around the net in so many ways. Good job keeping the puck in, good work along the wall, and the Wild have done a good job. In that case, it was Vanek. The Wild have done a very good job of turning pucks over around the top of the circles. You remember Granlund turned one over that was then converted into a shot by Parise. This one turned over by Vanek, and Parise converts it all the way.
Parise, who just had his 4-game goal-scoring streak snapped Tuesday night in Edmonton, back on the score sheet for Minnesota. It's the 20th goal of the year for Zach Parise, and the Wild lead 1-0. Spurgeon with a shot, and it goes off the post. Niederreiter to Coyle, back to Niederreiter. Spurgeon fires again. It was tipped by Raymond. Carter now has it for Minnesota. Carter down low for Coyle. Niederreiter into the corner, takes a heavy hit there. Carter along the wall holds his own for Minnesota. Niederreiter shoved from behind, still on his feet, plays the puck to Scandella. Across to Spurgeon. Spurgeon's shot knocked down out front by Carter. Carter fights off a check, still with the puck. Protects it well, trying to spin away from Juris. Carter to Charlie Coyle. Coyle can't be separated from the puck. His backhander is deflected wide. Juris in behind. Knocked down by Scandella, who holds. Great pressure from the Wild's fourth line.
I love that the Wild are using every opportunity to shoot the puck on Hiller. They are not hanging on to it too long. They're not trying to make fancy plays. Every player, when given the opportunity, is circling and shooting.
Centering pass, and a brilliant chance goes wide. Giordano fires, then hit the side of the net. Brodin has it for Minnesota. Ahead too far for Vanek, and fired back into Wild territory. Vanek the only assist on the Parise goal. 21 helpers for Vanek this year. Parise across to Vanek, who carries to center. Vanek drives one in on goal with a little steam. Hiller leaves it there for Brody. Backlund comes to center. Scored the overtime winner for Calgary to beat Minnesota here at the Saddledome last year. Minnesota won 2 of the 3 head-to-head meetings. Pominville gives to Zucker. Zucker puts on the brakes. Sent it across for Koivu. His shot hit the side of the net. Zucker along the boards. This line's head jump early for Minnesota. Pominville in the corner. Leaves it behind for Koivu. Koivu looks for a lane. Plays it off the wall for Dumba. Across to Prosser. Prosser settles it down. Gives to Pominville. Pominville leaves it behind for Koivu. Then to Zucker. Zucker works his way to the corner. Up high, Pominville, a shot saved by Hiller. And he wasn't sure he had it, but covers. And we get a whistle. Zach Parise with the game's first goal. And the Wild lead the Flames 1-0 in Calgary.
Well, very timely for Zach Parise to be heating up. 6 goals and an assist in his last 6 games, including this one where he's gotten the Wild up 1-0. Zach Parise in his entire career averages about 0.4 goals per game. He's up to 0.5 this season, so he's exceeding his career numbers in terms of pace and ability to score on a regular basis. Great to see him playing so well.
The goal gives him 20 for the 7th time in his career. Mikko Koivu starts out for Minnesota. Long pass finds Zucker. Zucker whistled down offside.
If you're going to pull the puck in behind you, which you can do, you have to have control of it. And Zucker just didn't have control of it. That's why they whistled it down. Otherwise, he would have been off to the races. Right here, you see, he gets over the line, but he doesn't have the puck in his control. And he's asking the referees, but I think he knows the answer anyway. But nice play there. Good exit pass there for the Minnesota Wild, trying to find some of their speedier players up in the offensive zone.
Draw in the Minnesota zone. Brodziak against Colborne. Calgary, not a good face-off team this year. 47%, 28th out of the 30 teams in the NHL. Minnesota right in the middle of the pack, 16th, at just over 49% on the draws. Brodziak deflects. Brodin has it at center. Across to Suter, who fires it in for Minnesota. Hiller tries to catch it on the end wall, but can't. Fontaine and Brodziak on the forecheck. Fontaine has it stripped away by Juris. Juris able to sneak one by Matt Cook, and it comes out to center where Colborne has it. Colborne 5 points in the last 4 games for Calgary. Rims it around. Cook taps to Suter and then to Brodziak. Brodziak dumps it in as the Wild will change. Hiller leaves it at the side of the net. Engelland plays it ahead. Stajan at center. Into the Minnesota zone. It's turned back out by Spurgeon. Byron trying to work his way up the boards. Stajan tapped to Bollig. Byron back to Bollig. His shot blocked by Niederreiter. And controlled by Carter, who comes to center. Carter takes a hit from Russell as he dumps it in. Cleared all the way down. Icing waved off. Dubnyk will have to play it. He gives to Scandella, who starts it back for Minnesota. Charlie Coyle spins away from one man. Drops it back to Scandella. And then across to Spurgeon. Parise has it. His pass deflected, and Backlund gains control. Dumps it into the Minnesota zone. Vanek tipped it to the line. Giordano had it for a moment. Now it's scooped up by Parisi. Parisi into the Calgary zone. Drops to Vanek, a shot. And it was high and wide. May have been deflected by Hiller. Granlund down low for Vanek. Parisi joins the fight for Minnesota. And we get a whistle as the puck's played by a high stick.
Well, the Wild very aware of how big this game is. The obvious 4-point game, as people like to talk about, the fact that the Wild are chasing them. But if you're going to be a playoff team, these are the type of games that you have to win. And despite the fact that Calgary's having a great season so far, the Wild have to compete against teams like this. Facing maybe top 5 elite teams, you can take a loss, certainly. But against teams like this, you need to come out on top.
Zach Parisi talked about that today. Said huge difference being 5 points behind this team or 7 or 9 points back. They're 7 back as they start tonight. This Calgary team led by high-scoring rookies. It's amazing the production they've had. When you look at some of the top first-year players in the NHL, they have 3 of the top 12 scorers.
Yeah, Gaudreau, of course, as I mentioned earlier, 4th-round pick. I mean, that's fairly deep in the draft, and they have had good contributions from players that have come up and played well.
Zucker left alone. Pominville saved by Hiller. Zucker fires, and a pad saved by Hiller. He somehow got the left pad across, and the Wild are stonewalled with a chance to go up by 2. Jonas Hiller with a couple of big stops for the Flames. 1-0 Wild. 1-0 in favor of the Wild. The Flames off to a tremendous start this year, due in large part to the high-scoring defensemen they have on this team, led by Mark Giordano, who leads all defensemen with 41 points. Speaking of Flame defensemen, a former one is on the injury list.
Yeah, Dion Phaneuf, upper body injury, but Toronto struggling right now to find wins. Tied in their game right now with Arizona.
Play in the Calgary zone moments after the Wild nearly added to a 1-goal lead. Pominville and Zucker each had great looks, and Hiller stopped them both. Backlund comes to center. Plays to Russell, and then across for Buma. Into the corner they go. Suter deflects for Minnesota. And it's up and into the netting and out of play.
Well, Dumba is playing in his hometown. Matt Dumba grew up here and played his youth hockey here, and he is pretty excited to be able to get called up and actually play here in the Saddle Dome. Didn't play his junior hockey too far away either. Red Deer is pretty much in between Edmonton and Calgary. Lots of family and friends watching on as he tries to get the Wild going in the right direction here.
Brodziak tips it into the Calgary zone. Flames have it there, and Diaz sends it ahead through neutral ice. Gaudreau comes to the Minnesota line. Spins away from Brodin. Whips it across for Diaz. Gaudreau catches up with it on the far side. Taps to Hudler. Hudler trying to work free from Brodziak. Out to the point. A long shot goes just wide. Rebound held by Diaz. Brodin picks it up in the corner for Minnesota and starts back the other way. Brodin's cross-ice pass, and Fontaine in early on the play. Our CenturyLink linked to what's next. Sat down with the Wild's top D pair, Jonas Brodin and Ryan Suter. We'll give you a quick peek at the conversation between those two, what makes their chemistry as good as it's been. Interesting to talk to the two of them. They have similar demeanors. Neither necessarily an outspoken guy. They both talked about the fact that they don't speak a lot during games to each other, but when they do, it's very important. And it's remarkable how quickly they've developed that chemistry over the last 2+ seasons playing together.
Yeah, they complement each other really well, and Brodin's ability to play with the puck like he does and his calm demeanor, as you mentioned, it's a great compliment to Suter. Suter plays a similar style, so they can certainly read off of each other a lot easier.
Vanek whips it across. Scandella fires, and a save by Hiller. Well, Minnesota has had some good looks at the Calgary goal here in this first period.
I asked Scandella this morning, has he found his game again? Because, of course, he missed 5 games with injury, then came back to play 3. And then, of course, the All-Star break kind of gave him another pause. And then he, of course, played against Edmonton. But he said the one thing he wants to make sure that he does before he concentrates on the offensive side of the puck is take care of his own end. But that was a very good shot. Good offensive push there by Scandella, who put some big goals in this year.
Last goal was exactly 1 month ago tonight. He scored the winner in Winnipeg for Minnesota on December 29th. Parise scoops it up here for Minnesota, races ahead through neutral ice, trying to beat Boma off the far side. He does, drops it back for Scandella. Granlund tried to go across to Spurgeon. That was deflected. Instead, he goes in behind. While changing defenseman, Parise plays it to the point, but nobody home for Minnesota. And Coyle's there to protect for the Wild. Brodin across to Scandella. Scandella waits for a forward change to complete. Gives to Brodin, who carries ahead. Brodin sends it in from center. Niederreiter up against the end boards. Gives to Carter. Carter in check along the wall. Plays down low. Charlie Coyle there for Minnesota. Tried to center for Niederreiter, and that was deflected away. One time this period, Calgary had a 7-4 edge in shots. It's now 14-8 in favor of the Wild. Suter picks it up in the corner, plays ahead for Coyle. Coyle off the boards and down into Calgary territory. Icing waved off, and the Flames forced to play the puck. They start back with Chris Russell. Gaudreau into the Minnesota zone. Nifty pass finds Monahan. His shot hit escape and goes wide. Pudler leaves behind. Dumba able to wrestle it away from Gaudreau. Gaudreau now with it. His centering pass intercepted by Koivu. Pominville to Zucker as the Wild come to center. Prosser back to Zucker. Zucker lost the handle on it. Lays it around behind the net. Relayed out and past Dumba down into the Minnesota zone. Flames change as the Wild come back through center. Now Minnesota will change as the puck's dumped into Calgary territory. Rodziak watches Giordano. He plays across to Brody. And this could be icing against Calgary. No, they wave it off. And Spurgeon has to take a hit in the corner to play it. Loose puck scooped up by Colborne. He sends it down low. Spurgeon deflects. That got it past Juris. Juris now with it in the corner. 3 of his last 4 goals, game winners for Calgary, including Tuesday night against Buffalo. Rodziak pushes forward for Minnesota. Flips it across, too far for Fontaine. Scandella settles it down and wraps it in for the Wild. 1:22 left, first period. Wild on top, 1-0 on a goal by Zach Parise. Suter back to pick it up for Minnesota. Mentioned earlier, the Wild took 2 of 3 from Calgary last year, winning the 2 games in St. Paul, 5-1 and 3-2. Lost in overtime here in Calgary. Zach Parise was their leading scorer with 3 goals. As you check out our Menards game reset, he has 1 here tonight.
And it's a good example of the Wild's pressure in this period. They've been in the offensive zone, but not in lieu of defensive efforts. And so it's been so far so good in terms of the style of play that the Wild want to put out there.
Parise to Granlund, just out of his reach. He was tied up on the play. Flames starts back at center ice. Jones got it to the Minnesota line. It's quickly turned back. Vanek to Granlund. Granlund trying to work his way around Brody. Sends it in against the end boards. Brody and Parise battling there. Boma relays to the line, but Brodin holds. Parise withstands a hit by Brody. Got it to Brodin. Across to Suter. Suter fires. It's knocked down by Giordano. And deflected out by Jones. It'll be icing against the Flames with 20.4 remaining in the first period.
Well, we've done a good job of testing Hiller, and Hiller's had to make some acrobatic saves because it hasn't just been a one shot and out. They've had some good rebound looks on Hiller. Jason Zucker, I don't know how he didn't put his in the net. earlier on in this period.
Important draw here with 20 seconds left. Wild trying to take advantage of an offensive zone faceoff. Zucker tried to play it to the corner for Pominville. Intercepted by Backlund. Pominville wrestles it away. Back to the point. Scandella winds, fires, knocked down out front. Giordano paid a price for that one. Spurgeon trying to hold. Final seconds of the period. And the horn sounds, ending a very effective opening 20 for the Wild.
Great pressure, good opportunities on net, and they took care of their own zone. Those are all things that are part of a formula of winning.
Wild on top 1-0 after one in Calgary. We'll take a look at the Wild's top defensive pair, Ryan Suter and Jonas Brodin. And up next, Kevin Gorg will chat with a member of the third set, Matt Dumba. Devin Dubnyk stopped all 8 Calgary shots he saw in the first period, and Zach Parise continued his success against the Flames. 9 points in 9 games against Calgary since putting on the Wild sweater. His goal has Minnesota in front 1-0.
One thing you don't see too often after that first period is Ryan Suter not leading the Wild in time on ice. He was banged up a bit in the Edmonton game. Did play a fairly regular shift. He still was 7 minutes 47 seconds. His D partner, Jonas Brodin, 8 minutes 53 seconds. And at about the 5 minutes into the, not 5 minutes into the period, but 5 minutes of the 7 that he played put him over the 5,000 minute mark for the Minnesota Wild since he's been with them. Will not play that tonight. He is someone that we'll continue to monitor and see if that affects him at all in the minutes that he plays out throughout the game.
Each of these teams gives so much ice time to their top 2 defensive pairings. Minnesota's top 4 average 100.5 minutes per night. Calgary's top 4 just a shade less, 97 minutes and 10 seconds. Marco Scandella starts it ahead for Minnesota. Cross ice pass intercepted. Russell steps up, wheels one in. David Jones drops it back for Boma. His shot deflects off the glass. Zucker cannot clear for Minnesota, and the puck's back in. Dubnyk leaves it there for Spurgeon. Pominville tries to tip it by Giordano. Dubnyk has to steer to the corner. Gaudreau trying to strip it clean from Spurgeon. He's dumped by Koivu, and it's going to be a penalty against the Minnesota captain, and a power play chance for Calgary.
Tripping. Well, Koivu's stick did get in the way. I wonder if it was an attempt to slow him down. Yeah, he got him with his skate, actually. Stuck the skate out. Gaudreau just went over top of it. Tough to slow that speedy little forward down. Koivu just tried to get the skate in the way and make him move, and instead he tripped him. First penalty of the game for either team.
Wild penalty killers were perfect against Edmonton. 3 out of 3 in that game. Giordano fires, saved by Dubnyk, and Brodziak has a chance but cannot clear. Weidman sends it down low. Brodin has it there for Minnesota, and he does clear. Calgary just 1 power play goal in their last 21 chances. 3 for 40 over their last 12 games. Monahan drops to Gaudreau for Hudler, and he rifles one wide. Weidman settles it down back in the Calgary zone. Giordano at center, fires it in for the Flames. Gaudreau's the first man there. It's to the line, but Weidman holds. Got it by Parise. Brodin pressures Monahan along the wall. And the puck squirts free for Suter, who sends it off the boards and all the way down. Weidman retreats in his own zone. Wild have Brodziak and Carter up front. Spurgeon and Scandella on the back end on the kill. Backlund into the Minnesota zone. Spurgeon got a skate on it, and Cook sends it out for Minnesota. 44 left in the Calgary power play.
Mostly Calgary turning the puck over on their power play here. The Wild in good position, but really been forced to do too much of the killing themselves. Calgary's shooting themselves in the foot.
Calgary gives the puck away more often than any team in the NHL. They average 11 and a quarter giveaways per night.
We've seen that 5-on-5 so far in this game. A couple of great chances were created by that, including the Wild goal.
Diaz trying to hold the zone, and Scandella pressured him. We wind up with a whistle for a hand pass. The draw will come outside the Minnesota zone.
Crosser, a big part of that penalty kill. You'll mention that this morning. Right here is just a bit of a glove pass. He didn't cover the puck, so he didn't get whistled for that, but he did get whistled for moving it forward with his glove.
Brodin fires it in for Minnesota. And the power play is over. Long shot kicked out by Dubnyk. Brodin plays to the boards. Bollig held there for a moment. Now Brodin. Bollig plays it out front, intercepted by Koivu, who starts back for Minnesota. Granlund into the Calgary zone. His shot is steered aside by Hiller. Parise pressuring Giordano. Giordano spins away, got it ahead for Stajan. Flames are in. Coyle has his man tied up. Brodin banks one off the boards. Coyle scoops it up. The Wild are 3-on-2 at the Calgary line. Coyle carries in, dropped to Parise, and he couldn't get a shot away. Scandella holds. His shot loose out front. Coyle had Parise breaking for the net, but his pass hit Russell in the skate. Scandella back defensively for Minnesota. Collision in the corner. Backlund holds the zone. His shot goes off the end wall. Wideman has it there for Calgary. Parise got a piece of it. Then it's gloved and dropped by Dumba and sent out to neutral ice. Wild started play tonight 7 points behind Calgary. 1 game in hand on the Flames and 3 head-to-head meetings remaining on the schedule. Scandella for Dumba. Back to Scandella. Pominville to Zucker. Zucker into the Calgary zone. Escapes Diaz. Circles, tried to center. Koivu fires. Saved by Hiller. And he hangs on.
Well, Zucker appears to be playing in a manner that he's going to get some points in this game. I mean, he has been all over the puck. He's set up plays. This one he just kind of loses off of his stick. But Koivu was very alert in the slot. He was able to pick it up, circle, and fire it. But you always see Zucker scampering around when he gets the goals or sets them up, and he seems to have that kind of feel in this hockey game. He's been around the net quite a bit.
Koivu wins the draw, but it gets by Suter and comes back into Minnesota territory. Dumba spins back there and plays it ahead. Just out of the reach of Suter. The Flames able to hold. Dubnyk wants to settle it down behind the net. Giordano. Koivu gets to the loose puck first. He goes down in a heap in the corner. Brody tried to feed the point. Intercepted by Zucker, who races back through neutral ice. Zucker able to get past Monahan. Drops it to Suter. His pass just out of the reach of Koivu. Koivu has it in the corner. Got it to Pominville. Pominville settles it down. Feeds Scandella. Whips across for Suter. Suter down low. Koivu to Pominville. Saved by Hiller. What a pad stop by Jonas Hiller.
Tremendous reflex save by Hiller as he got the pad out. Pominville was great on the doorstep.
Scandella hustles back. Got his man tied up just in time on a centering pass for Raymond.
Again, it's this line getting some more looks. Koivu, Zucker, Pominville, all around the net. Good zone presence here, using the points, getting it around, and this one is knocked down a little bit on the feed to Pominville. He's still got plenty of steam on that shot. Hiller is the reason why the Wild aren't up by 2 or 3 in this game.
Raymond in the corner. Dumped by Scandella. Scandella kicks the puck ahead and leads it back for Minnesota. Cross ice pass, gets Coyle into the zone. Coyle to Niederreiter. Saved by Hiller. And in the splits, he stops at least 2 on the rebound. Unbelievable stop by Hiller, stopping Nino Niederreiter.
This play is created by Charlie Coyle. His size and his strength down the middle of the ice. You just can't take him off the puck sometimes when he's feeling it. And the Wild with a couple of great opportunities right in front of the net. Niederreiter had a couple of cracks at it.
The save while in the splits position on the rebound might have been as impressive as the first stop by Hiller.
He's stretching both sides. And, right pad save on the Pominville shot. And this one on Niederreiter was an extension with that left pad.
TJ Brodie around behind for Giordano. Long pass at center, tipped in by Byron. Bowling trying to center. Scandella got a stick on that. Granlund knocked off the puck as he tried to carry out of the Minnesota zone. Stajan's back in for the Flames. Drops it to the point. Giordano waits, feeds the corner. Scandella sends Stajan crashing into the wall. Scandella's been strong on the puck tonight.
Well, good play there by Scandella. He took the body and then he took the puck. If he'd have went after the puck, he'd have had to battle a lot harder to get it.
Scandella back in his own zone. Tied up on the play. His exit pass was deflected by Cook, who then plays to center. Brodie back in the Flame zone, across to Giordano, and back to TJ Brodie. Pudler with it. Watched by Granlund. Scandella plays it ahead for Matt Cook. Brodie comes away with the puck along the wall, and the Flames have it. Brodie's pass tipped in by Gaudreau. Suter back for Minnesota. Quickly around for Matt Cook. Cook's exit pass was intercepted by Backlund. And Bova brought it in offside. Wild still on top, 1-0 here in Calgary. One of the all-time greats, no doubt, Jamie. And Martin Brodeur played 7 games this year with the St. Louis Blues. 691 regular season wins.
It was great to watch him with that fairly unique style. I mean, it was a stand-up. Sometimes it was old school, especially with the way goaltenders play these days. He was able to manufacture a lot of wins using that style.
Russell able to lose Pominville and got a shot off. Dubnik got a piece of it. Zucker all the way across for Pominville. Pominville gains the zone, but offside. His one extra move sent Zucker in just a hair early. Coming up tonight on Fox Sports Live, full Super Bowl 49 coverage with Randy Moss, Donovan McNabb, Dave Wanstead, Niners quarterback Colin Kaepernick, and Marshawn Lynch finally speaks his mind. Following a tough loss to Notre Dame, Coach K releases one of his players. And details from Tiger Woods' first round of 2015. Forget about a missing tooth. Could Tiger be missing the cut in Phoenix? It's all coming up tonight on Fox Sports Live. Icing here called against the Wild.
Missing tooth hasn't affected Parise adversely, has it?
It's been a tough year for Parise. Took a puck to the face in Edmonton on Tuesday night. Split his lip, lost a tooth. Earlier this year, had to have his face stitched up after a hit in New York. Dumba almost kicked the puck into his own net. Flames gain control. Pudler out to the point. England shot. Monahan beaten to the loose puck by Charlie Coyle, who plays it out to center. Niederreiter works his way around England. Carter along the boards. Pudler plays it across. Gaudreau at center ice. Carter deflects it back into the Minnesota zone. And now recovers the loose puck for the Wild. Charlie Coyle banks it off the boards. Picked up there by Niederreiter. Spins away from Juris as he plays it in. Giordano quickly back to Colborne. Colborne tied up on the play by Prosser. And the puck comes to the near side. Giordano sends it in low. Raymond out to the point. Giordano to Brody. His shot was partially blocked. Now Raymond's shot blocked by Prosser. Parise plays it off the boards, trying to catch up with it himself. Mason Raymond there. And the former UMD Bulldog plays it across to Brody. Raymond never a teammate with Minnesota forward Justin Fontaine. Raymond played just 2 of his potential 4 years for Duluth. And the first year after he left was Fontaine's freshman year with the Bulldogs. Nifty pass by Scandella, got it to Vanek, who floats it out to center. Giordano gloves and drops.
Little gamesmanship out there. Parise, a big hit on Giordano, and so Brody, his D partner, who took Parise out on the other side of the ice.
Vanek in offside here. Let's check in with Kevin Gord.
Yeah, guys, Hiller's been brilliant so far for the Calgary Flames, and interesting to hear what Bob Mason had to say before this game, the Wild goaltending coach. He said he's so quick, you're not going to likely beat him with that first shot. It's normally going to be the rebounds that he always seems to give up in the slot. You got to beat him with those second looks, and the one thing he told the Wild forwards is when you get that second look, you've got to elevate it quickly and go bar down. And if you've seen a couple of these saves, including the most recent one on Niederreiter, the Wild have failed to get that puck up. Keep an eye on that, though. They are shooting specifically off Mason's game plan to try to get those second looks to kick right back in the slot.
Well, Kevin Hiller is in his first year here in Calgary. Spent the first 7 years in Anaheim, but the Wild saw him a fair amount over those years. He faced Minnesota 19 times as the goaltender with the Ducks. Was 11-5-1 in those games.
Well, he's that southpaw goaltender. And he has, as Kevin mentioned, a lot of quickness in his game. And we've seen that on the secondary chances the Wild have been able to create. Able to get one part of his equipment on it every time but one.
England has it here for Calgary. Bollig at the Minnesota line lost the puck. Cook with a kick pass across to Brodziak. Brodziak shot saved by Hiller. And he covers up with Matt Cook bearing down. Bollig takes exception, and Brodziak has him tied up. 1-0 Wild in Calgary.
Well, both these players getting physical last shift. Of course, you want to slow Parise down, but you also want to slow Brody down. I thought it was Giordano. It was actually Brody on that side. And watch how he comes and finishes off Parise on the other side. Parise gives him a little tap on the leg. So some gamesmanship, some physical play by both players. Both of them with 30 or more points this season.
Neither of these teams necessarily known for big physical style of play. Flames, a very careful physical club. They have a couple guys who will hit, but they've been shorthanded fewer times than any team in the NHL. Not yet tonight.
Their MO has been a hard-working team with some young talent, and that's what's carried them along.
Koivu to Pominville. Pominville across. Dumba works his way in. Saved by Hiller. Rebound controlled by Zucker.
Good example of elevating the puck right there. Dumba tried to go top shelf over the blocker.
Suter down low for Minnesota. His pass back toward the point was intercepted by Jones. Good job by Koivu covering for his defenseman who was down in the corner.
Zucker as well. He pursued the puck, took the body, and then helped keep the puck in the zone.
Jones into the Minnesota zone. Brodin takes it away across to Nate Prosser. Prosser plays ahead. Zucker into the Calgary zone. Seen a little bit more of Mike Yeo mixing his defensive pairings here tonight. Brodin and Prosser paired here. We've seen Suter with Dumba a little bit throughout the night tonight. All rights to the broadcast tonight are reserved. Any rebroadcast, recording, retransmission, telecommunication to the public, or other unauthorized use of this broadcast without the express written permission of the Minnesota Wild is prohibited. Vanek plays it back for Prosser and across to Brodin. And the puck up in the netting will result in a face-off outside the zone.
Well, Matt Dumba playing in his hometown gets a little feed here across and goes right upstairs. Hiller, pretty sizable goaltender, so on the butterfly you got to really put it up under the bar.
Dumba playing in his 24th game with the Wild this year. Most of that coming early in the season before his trip down to Iowa. Prosser to Brodin. Brodin's pass gets by Vanek, and it'll be icing against Minnesota.
Was unaware that he had more time, and he banked one off the wall and right down the ice. But with the way that Calgary tenaciously forechecks, he wanted to be safe than sorry in that play.
Granlund on the draw here for Minnesota against Colborne. Flames control. Juris out to the point. Brody's shot wide of the target. Parise couldn't get it by Giordano along the boards. Prosser plays it around behind the net. Colborne ducks underneath the Brodin check. Lost his helmet in the process. Prosser comes away with it for Minnesota. Off the glass and all the way down, and it'll be another icing call against Minnesota. Minnesota trying to gain ground in the Western Conference. Dallas has won tonight, so they're now 3 in front of the Wild. Calgary currently sitting in one of the 2 wild card spots, with Winnipeg occupying the other. The Jets were beaten tonight by Philadelphia in regulation time. Russell into the corner. Sends it wide. Wideman holds. And a long shift for this group for Minnesota. Here's Gaudreau behind the net. Gaudreau trying to gain some space. Fire, save, Dubnyk. And then he snatches the rebound out of the air with Monahan nearby.
And keep in mind, all 5 Wild players were out there for both of those icings, and this is the end of the shift for them. And they needed a freeze where they could get a line change, and Dubnyk makes a very good save. This one rattles around a few legs in front. And finally, this shot by Gaudreau was picked out of the air by Dubnyk. This is where moments get scary, and you count on your goaltender to come up with a stoppage. Your team's tired, need a line change, and Dubnyk has not been overly tested, but then again, we've seen Dubnyk hold the fort in both circumstances.
Been a tighter second period than what we saw in the first. Good chances for both clubs throughout the first period. That's probably the best chance for Calgary here in the second. Scandella holds his own for Minnesota. Niederreiter hustling after it in the corner. Tried to get it to Carter, but it was too far for him. Scandella pinches to hold. It sneaks by Niederreiter, and now Stajan with it. Has it stripped away by Carter, who threw it out front. Niederreiter hustling after it in the corner. Withstands a couple of hits. Carter to the point. Spurgeon for Scandella. His shot tipped out front, and then Carter could not get to the loose puck. Scandella back for Minnesota. Long lead pass sends Carter in. Carter's shot just wide. Boma deflects it out to neutral. Scandella has it there for Minnesota. Fontaine to Cook. Into the Calgary zone. Giordano back to pick it up. Wild changing defenseman behind the play. Again, it's Suter and Dumba out for the Wild. This allows Minnesota to have 3 defensive pairs that are right-left. Brodin now playing with Prosser tonight, and Suter with Dumba. Dumba lost his stick. Results in a chance out front for Jones. And that's Backlund across to Giordano, who sent it just wide.
That was a good save on the post by Dubnyk. It's not easy to hug that post all the way up and down, and used his full 6'5" frame to take the short side away.
Inside 6 minutes left here in the second period. Pominville to Zucker. Zucker lost the puck along the wall, and Juris comes back the other way. Raymond on the backhand, saved by Dubnyk. Loose puck picked up by Koivu around to Pominville. Flames pressuring harder as this second period progresses. Raymond sent it just wide. Koivu picks it up there for Minnesota. And it gets by Russell at the line. Pominville to Zucker. Zucker trying to catch up with the puck. Wideman ahead for Colborne. Into the Minnesota zone, offside. Devan Dubnyk, 17 for 17 tonight, including a couple of big ones lately. A lot of Wild fans have made the trek to Calgary here this week. Our Bud Light What's on Tap. The road trip concludes with a Sunday afternoon battle against the Vancouver Canucks. We'll get you started with Wild live at 1:30. The game time has been moved up a half hour. So join us Sunday at 1:30 for the Wild and the Canucks. We'll get it all wrapped up before the Super Bowl kicks off. Wild used to make these Northwest Division road trips so frequently. Haven't seen these three Western Canadian teams all year until this trip. Giordano holds for Calgary. Not surprising to see the Flames getting better as the game progresses. That's been their MO all season long. Best third period team in the NHL. Here late in the second, they've started to tilt the ice in their favor. Spurgeon ahead of Vanek, who tips it into the Calgary zone. Brody sets up shot behind his net. And now it's center. Backlund into the Minnesota zone. Centers in. Dubnyk got a piece of it. And the net is knocked loose.
Getting some better and better looks. Calgary tried to feed this one across, and it was challenged very well by Dubnyk. Goaltender of that size, a lot of times the players feel like they have to pass it around him. And when he challenges, he can be very effective. And so far in this game, he's been just that.
Byron lost the handle on it along the boards. Carter able to force the puck outside the Minnesota zone. They're back in onside. Stajan drops to Diaz. A shot saved by Dubnyk. And on the rebound, it's intercepted by Suter. He wraps it around and out. Engelland back to pick it up for Calgary. Diaz sent it ahead. It was not tipped, but Stajan negates the icing. Stajan trying to escape Suter in the corner. Bollig was tied up by Coyle, and now Suter has it. Russell pinching in to hold for Calgary. Brodin and Bollig tussle for the puck behind the net. Zucker has Weidman strip him clean. Coyle along the boards. Great pressure by the Flames again. Raymond with a shot. Pad saved by Dubnyk. Brodin tied up by Russell. A lot of jump for the Flames, and Juris sends it just wide. Juris got it to Raymond. Out to the point. Russell, his shot blocked. Never reached the net. Wild clear, and here's Pominville. Pominville cut off by Russell. Waits for support, then fires. Saved by Hiller. And he smothers the loose puck. We're going to face off in the offensive zone for the Wild, but the Flames dominating the flow here late in the second. Our Window Concepts game reset. Only goal of the night scored by Zach Parise in the first period. Thomas Vanek with the only assist. Parise, a 20-goal scorer for the 7th time in his career.
Pominville almost broke free on that nice stretch pass by Jason Zucker. Caught up on and still got a shot on goal on Hiller. Hiller has not seen a lot of shots here in the last 5 minutes or so.
Flames come in. Brodziak catches up with a play. Breaks up the centering pass. Brodziak, Koivu, Cook, the three forwards here for Minnesota. Four-player scrum in the corner. Flames emerge with the puck. Gaudreau plays it out to the point. Giordano's long shot. Deflected by Brodziak. It's loose. Another blast by Giordano. Again, it was blocked. Monahan tried to center. Intercepted by Cook, who starts it back for Minnesota. Brodziak to Koivu. Koivu across to Cook, who redirects just wide. Brodziak to Cook. Back out to the point for Scandella. His shot hit a stick and winds up wide. Granlund to Brodziak for a shot, and that was blocked. Granlund spins away from Monahan. Drops it back to Vanek. A shot saved by Hiller. And he covers up. A couple of good looks for Minnesota here in the closing minutes of the second.
They were able to do it while making a line change, and Vanek came off the bench. Graziak had a good look as well, right in front of the net. The Wild are putting themselves in position to get some shots and try and beat Hiller another time in this game. It's only been that one-on-one play by Parise in the first period that was able to beat Hiller in this hockey game.
Flames had had 10 consecutive shots on goal before those last two by the Wild. Russell across to Wideman, who comes to center. Granlund got a piece of it. Now Parise plays it off the boards and into the Calgary zone. Scandella gloves and drops at his own line. Up the wall for Parise and then to Granlund. Granlund in, gives to Vanek. Vanek lost the handle for a moment, got it back, and then his pass was just too far for Granlund. Backlund to the Minnesota line. Bowman has it stripped away by Spurgeon. And now Scandella with it for Minnesota. Parise to Granlund. Tipped away by Bollig. Brody settles it down. His pass too far for Bollig. And Scandella is the first man back for Minnesota. Byron able to play it back in behind the Minnesota goal. Scandella's pass finds Pominville. Now to Zucker, just out of his reach. Zucker works his way around Brody. Leaves it in the corner. Pominville whiffed on a hit attempt on Bollig. Pominville has it in the corner. Works his way away from Giordano. Out to the point for Suter. Suter with a shot. That's just wide. Brodin trying to hold. Staging gloves and drops. And with a half minute left in the period, he goes across to Brody, who fires it in.
Well, you can see some of the difficulty that Brodin has to contend with being a left-handed shot on the right side D. He had to take the last couple of clearing attempts off his backhand to try and keep it into the zone. He did on one of those occasions.
We talked with him many times about this, and may have heard part of the conversation with he and Ryan Suter during our intermission. He says he feels more comfortable playing on the right side, but that's one of the examples of the play where it's a little bit awkward for a left shot defenseman.
Especially when you're trying to use any kind of power at all. A backhand shot, naturally not a very powerful attempt, but he looked like he did a pretty good job, and he's used to it.
Icing against the Flames, and Mike Yeo will run his big guns out to try to get a look off this draw. 7.7 left. Dumba and Suter, the defenseman. Koivu up front between Parise and Pominville for this offensive zone draw. Subtle move by Koivu, asking Pominville to retreat just a couple of steps. Dumba gets the shot off the draw, but he sent it wide. And the tie-up along the boards will bring us to the end of the second period. One final good look for Minnesota. They escaped the second, still on top 1-0.
And you knew that Calgary would have pushback, and they did so in that period. And Dubnyk played very well. It has been very much a goaltender's battle here in this hockey game.
We'll hear from Tom Chorske back in the Mall of America studio during this upcoming intermission. But first, Kevin Gord with Jason Pominville. Wild 1, Flames 0 after 2 in Calgary. Kevin Dubnyk, 22 stops so far. And Zach Parise with the game's only goal. Minnesota leading Calgary 1-0 as we head to the third period. The Coors Light Stadium Series outdoor game is coming to the State of Hockey next February when the Wild host the Blackhawks at TCF Bank Stadium. Your best shot at tickets is to purchase Wild season tickets next season. Call 651-222-WILD or visit wild.com for details. Calgary has scored 59 third-period goals. That's the most in the NHL. They are a plus 27. That's the best third-period goal differential in the NHL. Last year, however, Minnesota had the upper hand in the third period in the season series, outscoring Calgary 7-2. You see the shots that were in Minnesota's favor in the first went Calgary's way in the second. Wild had an edge in attempts, 25-21 in the first period. Calgary 25-15 in the second. Spurgeon back into the Minnesota zone, plays it out and all the way down. It'll be an early icing against the Wild.
This one clearly a tight game. 2 days ago, the Wild beat Edmonton 2-1. Also a very close hockey game. Wild were able to battle back in the game before that against Detroit and lost in a shootout. So it's definitely tightening up, and this good practice for the stretch run. As everyone knows, games seem to just be that much more difficult to open up more than a one-goal lead on anybody down the stretch.
Hooker and Pominville apply pressure for Minnesota as the Flames start out. Gaudreau through neutral ice. Forced to the outside by Spurgeon. Gaudreau threw it on net, and Dubnyk got a pad on it. Vanek trying to catch up with a puck, but Woodward got there first. Russell sends it cross ice, and it'll be icing against Calgary.
Well, the referee over there playing policeman, making sure that the line change that Calgary tried to make, it gets reversed because of their icing call.
Granlund draws against Backlund, and the faceoff comes right on goal. Hiller covers. This now will allow Calgary to make the change they were denied.
Wow. Don't see that too often where you're able to win the puck right into the net. Hiller had to come up with a quick pad save once again.
Calgary, coming into this game, had won 5 of their last 6, including a 4-1 win over Buffalo here on Tuesday night. Saw them score 3 times in the third period. Granlund centers, and it got through to Hiller, who got a pad on it.
Got a pad on it, but that was a positional save. He did not see that puck come through the crowd.
Brodin emerges with the puck for Minnesota. Mike Yeo said he's never seen Brodin play better hockey than he's playing right now. Vanek trying to get it back to Brodin. Now to Vanek, a shot, but it was blocked by Backlund. Calgary team, outstanding shot blockers. We've seen that be a factor here tonight. Cook ridden out hard behind the net and taken down. Flames have blocked more shots than any team in the league. 887 coming into play tonight. Wild right in the middle of the pack. 200 fewer blocks than Calgary. Out to the point. England with a shot. That's blocked by Cook. He scoops it up for Minnesota. Slides one across for Brodziak, who dumps it into the Calgary zone. He did not reach center ice, and it'll be icing against Minnesota.
Well, here's where you ask your players to make extra sacrifices. That a block by Matt Cook. A slap shot that he was able to knock down, but as you said, Wild just didn't take that extra step.
Coburn wins the draw for Calgary. Raymond has his shot deflect off a skate and go wide. Diaz into the corner. Coburn gives it to Raymond. His centering pass kicked aside by Scandella. Scandella then rams Russell hard into the glass. And Marco Scandella wins yet another puck battle. Boy, has he been good tonight. Niederreiter plays it into the Calgary zone. Flames start back, but Juris lost the handle on it. And we get a whistle. Too many men penalty coming here against Calgary. They had 6 men on the ice for an extended period.
Well, the Wild doing a good job of creating turnovers in this game. That was in the first period. The Wild gained a benefit of a good shot on goal. And then, of course, in the second, Carter with a good play along the wall. And then just couple of moments ago, Vanek was able to steal a puck at center ice. So Wild tracking the puck very well, creating turnovers, getting chances. It's what created the lone goal for the Wild. And now they have a power play to work on. See if they can extend this 1-0 lead.
First power play for Minnesota. They have 5 power play goals in their last 5 games. Suter to Parise. Parise out to the point, Pominville, and across to Koivu. Vanek wheels one back out to Pominville. Now to Vanek. Vanek on the backhand, tried to force one to Koivu. That was broken up. Giordano comes away with it and sends it all the way down for Calgary. Flames 26th in the NHL on the penalty kill. As I mentioned earlier, they don't spend a lot of time here. They've been short only 11 times in their last 7 games. Parise intercepts the pass at center. Waits for Vanek to get onside. Drops it back to Koivu. A cross intended for Suter, but it deflects out of play. And we'll get a face-off inside the offensive zone for Minnesota.
Well, another good job by the Wild in the middle of the ice. That time, Parise stealing the puck and turning it back offensively as Calgary tried to fire it down. Second unit out there now. Finish this one off.
Niederreiter in the corner, tied up by Weidman. Backlund comes away with it for Calgary. And Russell has a chance to clear, but he's offside at the Minnesota line. The Wild power play slowly climbing throughout the season. If you look at the overall numbers, it's misleading. 15.5%, 25th in the league. But if you throw out the first 14 games of the year, they're a top-tier power play, just a shade under 20%.
And as I mentioned earlier, with the tightening of the games down the stretch, one power play goal makes such a huge difference for your team.
Mike Gill trying to get this group ignited. Coyle, Granlund, and Niederreiter up front. Spurgeon and Suter man the points. Most of the power play production for Minnesota has come from their top power play unit. Granlund good at the line. Coyle trying to feed the point. Spurgeon holds. Across to Suter. Suter fires. Tip over the top of the net by Niederreiter. Coyle to Niederreiter. Coyle has it back. Niederreiter to Spurgeon. Spurgeon gives to Suter. Suter down low. Centering pass tipped away by Weidman. Granlund has it. Granlund trying to escape a hit. Boma there. Now his pass to Niederreiter is redirected off the glass. And the Flames able to clear. Final seconds of the Wild power play. Suter back to pick it up for Minnesota. And the Wild start back with Calgary at even strength. Brody around and out. This will be icing against Calgary and an offensive zone draw coming for Minnesota.
Wild unable to muster any good opportunities on that power play.
Experience an ultimate day of Minnesota sports by joining Fox Sports North along with executives from the Twins, Vikings, Wild, and Wolves on Saturday for the Special Olympics Minnesota Polar Plunge in White Bear Lake. For more information on how you can plunge with the group and join them for the Wolves-Cavs game later that night, check out plungemn.org. Icing again coming against the Flames. And exactly 5 minutes into the third, the Wild will get another offensive zone draw.
Face-off so important, as you mentioned. Calgary not the strongest face-off team, and Wild need to try and take advantage of that.
Face-offs have evened up and in fact are now slightly in Calgary's favor for the night. But Koivu wins this one. Tries to center to Parise. Parise's tied up by Giordano. Couldn't get a shot away. Brodin gives to Parise along the wall. Parise plays down low for Koivu. Koivu spins out of a check to Pominville. One chance, then two, and Hiller robs him. Monahan back the other way. Too far for Bollig. And Dumba has it for Minnesota. Boy, Jason Pominville could have about a handful of goals in this game alone. He has been robbed by Hiller a number of times.
Well, to get your own rebound is a great benefit. What a feed there out front, and he just whacks away at it. Koivu just finding Pominville in a good situation. Hiller has been so strong in this hockey game.
Koivu against Juris on the draw. Raymond out to the point. Weidman a shot. Kicked out by Dubnyk. Centering pass for Colborne. He spins away from Koivu. Russell with it. Watched by Pominville. Plays into the corner. Colborne there. Pressured by Dumba. Dumba takes him down. Koivu intercepts the centering pass. And the Wild start back. Parisi needing a change. Flips it down. He doesn't like a hit thrown by Weidman after he had played the puck.
He spun around and got hit pretty hard along the wall. He's jawing at the referee right now.
Spurgeon plays it ahead for Carter. Tipped in, so it's onside. Hiller to play it. It gets by Brodziak along the boards, and the Flames come out. Juris spins back in his own zone. Long pass. Byron slides one through for Gaudreau. Glove save, Dubnyk! A brilliant chance for Gaudreau, and Dubnyk robs it with a lever.
Dubnyk stopping all 24 of the shots he's faced. The delivery of the game. What a great glove save. At the last second, the Wild tried to get in there. Spurgeon scampering to try and block it. Gaudreau made a terrific move and a great shot. And Dubnyk's from Calgary as well. Actually, same neighborhood that Dumba grew up in. The only difference is Dubnyk's 7 years older than him, so they never played together. Actually had never even met until they walked into the locker room together.
Cook deflects it out toward the line. Spurgeon back to pick it up for Minnesota. Gaudreau applying pressure in the corner, so is Byron. Spurgeon comes out of traffic with the puck, and now Matt Cook picks it up at center, taps it ahead for Carter. Carter works his way in. He got a shot on goal. Hiller steers to the end wall. Gaudreau plays it across, and the Flames come back. Byron at the Minnesota line dumps it in. Spurgeon's the first man back. He's tied up by Stajan. Byron takes it away. Slammed into the boards by Scandella. Raymond pushes it down low. Now Raymond with it again. Watched by Spurgeon. Those two collide in the corner. Mason Raymond still with it. Leaves it behind for Colborne. Colborne's pass for Russell was deflected. Russell holds. Now Weidman tees it up and fires. And it's just out of the reach of Colborne on the rebound.
Heavy shot there that just went wide and got a dangerous look as it came off the back wall.
Brodin settles it down for Minnesota across to Suter. Koivu at center. Sidesteps Gaudreau. Into the Calgary zone. A shot saved by Hiller. Brodin to the corner for Pominville. He rings it around for Koivu. Koivu tried to get it to Zucker. That's taken away by Colborne, who starts back for Calgary. Past the 8-minute mark of the third. Koivu to Pominville. He has Zucker with him. Pominville to Zucker. Oh, he shot it wide on the backhand.
They just lost it off the end of his stick.
Suter down low to Pominville. Back to Suter. A shot. That's off the glass. Brilliant scoring chance there for Pominville and Zucker.
Well, Zucker has had so many looks in this hockey game. And he had Hiller moving in the wrong direction, but he just had it fly off the end of his stick. Backhand so difficult to corral the puck on. And when he went to the backhand, he just lost it. Trying to do that Mikko Koivu shootout move, and he's very, very angry with himself. Great setup here. Koivu gets it to Pominville, a nice little feed, and just could not get the puck to go into the 6x4.
goal off the draw. Gaudreau at center has it taken away, and Vanek starts it back. Vanek in for Minnesota. Tried to center, intercepted, and here comes Gaudreau. Ahead for Hudler. Into the Minnesota zone. Hudler to the trailing Giordano. His shot is kicked out by Dubnyk. Granlund there for Minnesota. And back through neutral ice. Wideman to pick it up. Got it to Gaudreau, but it's taken away by Granlund. He gets it across to Niederreiter. Niederreiter works his way down low. Hit by Wideman, but maintains the puck. His pass just out of the reach of Zucker. Brodin wheels and fires. Hit by Zucker. Saved by Hiller. Rebound! And Zucker's robbed again!
Well, not for lack of trying. My goodness. Zucker, I mentioned this earlier on in the game when he was scampering around the net. I figured that he would be around the puck all night, just the kind of game he was playing. And he has been all around it in these last couple of shifts. A great chance on the backhand, and then, of course, right here, we've got 2 looks.
Coyle wins the draw. Suter has it. His shot never reached the net. It was blocked. Jones clears. Suter had retreated from the line. Now plays it back in. Brodin holds for Minnesota. In behind the net for Coyle. His pass just out of the reach of Niederreiter. Homa plays it ahead, but it's intercepted there by Coyle. Suter across to Brodin. Wild completing a change. Brodin back to Suter. Suter tried to thread one through for Carter. That's intercepted by Bollig. Bollig into the Minnesota zone. Puck loose out front. It's in the skates of Suter. Diaz waits. Back to the point. Engelland works his way in. His shot blocked by Carter and then cleared. Engelland able to get to the puck before Carter. Cook jumps around to check. Matt Cook still with the puck behind the net. Works his way to the circle. Out to Prosser at the point. Prosser to Brodziak. Now low for Carter. Carter to the point for Dumba. Holds with his skate across to Prosser. His shot deflected by Engelland. It's up in the air and comes down to the corner. Carter to Cook. Cook tried to center, and it's taken away and cleared off the glass and out. Dumba's there for Minnesota. And he did not reach the red line before he played it in. Icing against the Wild, and a long shift for Dumba and Prosser will continue.
That's the little things that coaches talk about, the making sure he just did not get that extra foot and a half that he needed to make a good dump and change.
Prosser to Cook. Across for Zucker. Zucker runs under it in the Calgary zone. Waits for support. Goes across to Pominville. Pominville looking for a lane to get it through to Zucker, who was out front. Now it's Koivu in the corner. In behind Pominville. Escapes Juris to the point for Scandella and across to Spurgeon. Spurgeon a shot. That was blocked and never reached the net. Picked up by Wideman. Here's Colborne in, but Dubnyk out to play it for Minnesota. Raymond pokes it away from Spurgeon. Raymond still with it. To the point for Russell. Russell centers, intercepted by Scandella. And Scandella plays it off the boards for Zucker at center. Zucker trying to flip it into the Calgary zone. It's knocked away. Wild will change all 5 skaters, so do the Flames. Dubnyk kicks it out.
Gaudreau putting on a show there, working the puck in.
Centering pass, Monahan sent it wide. Brody gives to Hudler. To Monahan. Monahan, a shot from the high slot, blocked by Brodin. He's a little shaken up on the play. Centering pass, and Suter got a piece of it. Monahan to Brody. Brody fires, saved by Dubnyk. Vanek with a chance to clear, and does for Minnesota. Wild only able to get one man off. Now they'll be able to change as Carter carries into the offensive zone. Carter, poke checked away by Brody. Brody pressured by Carter. Got it to Giordano. Long pass sends Byron in. Byron alone.
He actually caught that on the right knee. And so he was trying to go back 5-hole on Dubnyk, and Dubnyk shut him down.
Second breakaway opportunity on a stretch pass for Calgary in the last minute or so. Russell at neutral ice. Fires it in. Great pace here in the third in Calgary. Russell, watched by Parise. Sends it down low. Stajan tied up by Prosser. A quick shot by Boma goes wide. Coyle trying to poke it out of the zone, and it deflects into the bench and out of play. Devan Dubnyk stonewalls Byron on the breakaway, and the Wild still lead 1-0. Our Toyota get caught up. Zach Parise with his 20th of the year in the first period gave the Wild a 1-0 lead. And from that point on, it's been Devan Dubnyk for Minnesota. 27 saves, including the last on a lone breakaway attempt for Byron. The Wild with 6.5 to go, leading 1-0 here in Calgary. Icing here called against the Wild. Mike Yeo's been forced to shuffle his third and fourth lines a bit here. We haven't seen Justin Fontaine in the third period. In fact, if you believe the stat sheets, he's actually played negative 19 seconds here in the third. He went from 7 minutes and 47 seconds at the intermission of ice time to 7:28. But in all seriousness, not having seen Fontaine in the third has forced Mike Yeo to adjust. Here it's Brodziak, Cook, and Niederreiter.
The good thing is Mike Yeo has a lot of players playing strong hockey. He's able to roll a lot of different lines here, and he has a lot of selections.
Brodin plays it around for Cook. I thought Matt Cook put it well when he said, when you look at our team, we need production from everybody the rest of the way. But he said, I don't look at us as a team that has a 1, 2, 3, and 4. I look at us as a team that has really 2 number 1 lines and 2 number 3 lines.
With the way that Coyle, Niederreiter, Carter line operates, they can add offense and also add a lot of physical play and shutdown ability.
Zucker in behind for Pominville. Pominville goes to the point. Scandella didn't get all of it, and the Flames come back the other way with Colborne. Into the Minnesota zone. Scandella back to pick it up. He's hammered by Colborne. Pominville tips to Koivu. Action's been more physical here in the third, in addition to a great pace. Spurgeon plays it off the glass and to the line. Pominville forces it by Russell and out to center. 5 to go here in Calgary. Russell for the Flames. Plays it ahead for Raymond. Raymond's entry deflected by Granlund, controlled by Scandella. Spurgeon across to Scandella. He decides to carry to center. Parise's I was just about to say onside at the line, but it's whistled offside. Devan Dubnyk stops the breakaway. The Wild love their new goaltender. 1-0. Well, Jamie, the Wild hoping to continue their forward momentum on this Canadian trip. Started with a win in Edmonton Tuesday night. 1-goal game against the Oilers. Here leading the Flames 1-0, 4.5 to go in Calgary. Vanek battling to hold the zone for Minnesota. Byron starts it back for Calgary. Knocked away by Brodin. The Flames have to relinquish the offensive zone. They don't do it. So we ultimately get an offside whistle against Calgary.
Both of these squads with a lot of great pressure in this period. And we continue to see spectacular goaltenders at both ends of the ice. Byron with that breakaway that we showed you a couple times. Dubnyk the better man on that one. Hiller 30 saves in this one.
Icing waved off. The puck was tipped. Weidman has to play it. Coyle intercepts. Coyle to Niederreiter. He could not redirect on goal. Gaudreau has it taken away by Coyle. Back to Niederreiter. He fell as he shot. It was deflected by Weidman. Coyle up against the end boards. Works his way out front. His shot was blocked by Russell. Coyle holds at the half wall. Niederreiter withstands a hit by Russell, collides with the referee. Flames again try to spring a player through the defense, but Hutler brought himself in offside. And we get a whistle with 3:38 remaining.
Well, I think the similar type play that Zucker incurred earlier in the game, where a player really needs to have good control of the puck, and he didn't. He didn't even have the puck on his stick until he was already over the line and offside. So 2 calls there of a similar nature in this hockey game.
I don't think Bob Hartley agreed with the call.
Yeah, I don't think he did either. The same way Zucker didn't agree with it when it was on him.
Raymond works his way in for Calgary. Plays it across to Brody. Tipped by Suter. Raymond has it in the corner. That's knocked away by Suter and picked up by Brodin. Up the boards for Zucker. He has Cook with him at center. Dumps it into the Calgary zone. Giordano back to play it for the Flames. Colburn up the wall. Picked up by Brodin at center. Brodin cross ice for Cook. Into the Calgary zone. Brody back after it. TJ Brody sends it ahead. Now cross ice to Colburn. Caught in his skates, watched by Pominville. Giordano's onside at the line. His shot blocked. Colburn settles it down, drops to Byron. Byron trying to settle a rolling puck. Spurgeon bumps with him. Byron maintains the zone. His shot tipped by Koivu. And the Minnesota captain starts back. His pass intercepted by Byron at center. Parise across to Pominville, who's in with space. Pominville fires, saved by Hiller. Rebound goes to the corner. Stajan's there for Calgary.
Team leading 6th shot on goal for Pominville in this hockey game.
Stajan dumps Pominville in the corner. 2.5 to go. Giordano, long pass, was tipped at neutral ice. Dubnyk plays it behind the net. Hands it to Suter. Coyle deflects it out to neutral. Hudler across to Russell. Russell drives one in from center. Charlie Coyle up the wall but not out. Now it's Hudler behind the net. Hudler with Gaudreau setting up out front. Lays it up to the point for Diaz. Stajan to Russell. Tipped by Niederreiter but not out. Gaudreau waiting, centers, and it's knocked away by Suter. Hiller starting to move toward the bench. Hudler spins away from Granlund. Gaudreau back to Hudler. Hudler in the corner. Hiller heads off. 1:40 left. Extra man for Calgary. Niederreiter comes to center and slides it up the boards into the Calgary zone.
Smart play there by Niederreiter. Didn't force it. Didn't shoot it from his side of the red line.
Pominville puts it away, but he's tied up by Russell. Giordano back to pick it up for Calgary. Empty net for the Flames. Gaudreau at center to Monahan. Into the Minnesota zone. Scandella back to pick it up for the Wild. Scandella flips it high in the air and out to center. Giordano circles back with it for Calgary. He's watched by Pominville. Pominville wants to get off. Cook, Bronziak, Carter up front for Minnesota with Scandella and Spurgeon, the defenseman. Monahan waits, fires, save Dubnyk, and Colburn couldn't come up with a rebound. Bronziak out to the line. Giordano holds. Across, Weidman shot, blocked and deflected to the corner. Scandella withstands a Joris hit. Couldn't clear, Monahan holds. Monahan plays down low. Bronziak has Juris tied up. Scandella flips it high in the air and out for Minnesota. Carter hustling after it. Sprawls for the empty net attack. Could not get it on goal. Colborn has it. Backlund to the Minnesota line. Hudler across to Raymond. Back to Brody. A shot. Pad save. Rebound is over the top of the goal. Final seconds. Brody fires. Blocked. And then Backlund has it blocked by Brodin. And the Wild win in Calgary.
What a frenzy at the end. A couple of tremendous saves by Dubnyk. Wild diving and blocking, doing everything they can to keep the puck out of the net. What a game by the Wild here in a hard-fought building. 1-0 win for the Minnesota Wild. Our Tempstar star of the game is Devan Dubnyk. And I'll tell you, the second half of the game was a lot of pushback by the Calgary Flames. Wild had a pretty good first period in terms of chances. It was a little more lopsided, but they evened out without question here as Dubnyk continued to make save. Watch the right pad on a late save in this one. Right there, beautiful toe save by Dubnyk as he covered a lot of net in this game, and that's his second shutout with the Minnesota Wild.
And his 11th in his career. And with this 2 points, Minnesota now just 5 back of Calgary. And remember, they have a game in hand on the Flames. And Jamie, the Wild have taken care of business so far. 2 wins in Alberta. We head west to Vancouver for the 3rd and final game of the trip.
An impressive game, to say the least. Thank you, Anthony and Mike. We'll break it down next on Wild Live, presented by CenturyLink. Take a much closer look at Devan Dubnyk's brilliant performance and hear from head coach Mike Yeo with some player reaction coming up next.